Hey friends, welcome to the channel, The Trader's Signature, and this video is a continuation on what we left on the overtrading video. So this series is a continuation on what are the blockages, the major ones that can hinder your progress as a trader. You can be self-teaching yourself, you can be mentored by anyone, but we are different and we face these challenges on our own. So as I proceed from the over trading, I'm just gonna do a quick retouch on what we discussed, and if you haven't watched the video, I would advise you to just go and check it out in detail, because there's some cool stuff there that you might find useful and be able to implement in your trading style. So be careful. This channel is not here to teach you how to make money, how to make thousands of dollars. It's not here to teach you how to be an instant millionaire. This channel is to feed you with valuable information that you have to implement in your trading desk, right? I assume you are still trying to find out what works and what doesn't work, but today it's gonna be a little bit more harsh because it's the reality when it comes to markets. You have to be very, very fine. The finest part. Very, I don't know if there's any other word that I can use, but being very pure, being very clean, right? So, what do I mean by that? Being clean, the first thing is your strategy. You have to have a system or a setup or a confirmation, right, of whatever that you want to be in place, so that you can be able to place a trade, right? So I'll put the word discipline as a key on this video, right? So once, let's say you are still designing your strategy, or you have a working strategy, or you're still looking for a strategy, there are two major things that you have to abide and respect, right? The first one is, how does your strategy unfold? How do you describe your strategy, that this is the strategy that is coming up, right? I'm gonna give quite examples or analogies along the process, so that we can be all on the same page. So the first analogy that I will give is, how do you see the face of your strategy when it's unfolding, right? For example, if it's price action, how is the price supposed to behave at some point? Think like displacement. At what speed is the price leaving or going towards your area of interest, right? Those are some of the very simple confirmations that you'll be like, okay, I'm expecting the price to move quicker towards or leaving this particular area. Such small things or such finer details can help you to stay in course, right? You need such small microscopic elements and details to be embedded onto your system. Things like how the price is reacting towards or from your area of interest, right? So one, we are talking about behavior, right? Characteristics of the price. They have to give you a heads up, right? So let's say, for example, you say I am only going to enter when the price rejected this area. So what does rejection mean to you? There have to be clear measurements of saying this has rejected, because sometimes price may can, especially when we are still trying to refine our strategies and our methods, we tend to be caught in premature entries or being late in terms of entering, right? So once these two things happen, either you are late or you enter early, your whole ball game is already messed up. The only thing that you're going to do after that is you are going to react. You are just going to react. And after you react, obviously you are behaving like somebody else. So the final important details, they have to be considered very, very seriously. After considering such kind of behaviors, such kind of movements, once you put such movements in place, the next thing that you also have to consider is time, price, and movement, right? For example, I would say, let's just give it an example. I have a trend line on 4-hour time frame. There are three things that I consider. How does the price approach the trend line? How long is the price going to stay close to the trend line? And how quickly is the price leaving the trend line? I'm not saying this is my strategy, but I'm just trying to give you some important heads on, right? That if you have your own strategy, please consider those kind of behaviors towards or in the areas of interest. So once I see the behavior towards, right, and then there's some confluences for me to enter the trade, I'm not expecting to stay in that particular trade, or I'm not expecting the price to stay close to the trend line for approximately 2-3 hours, right? That's an example. Then let it be written down in your strategy. That's part of discipline. If 2 hours knocked in, whatever time that you consider yourself is the right time, according to how you have been backtesting your strategy, how much time am I giving this to happen, right? Okay, as the price approaches the trend line, I'm giving this price, let's say, an hour or 4 hours, right? As it approaches within these 4 hours, I have to have the clear indication of the price direction. It can be the formulation of higher highs, or market structure shift, or break of structure, or any confirmation within these 2 hours. If I don't get these things within this time period, then I'm leaving the desk. Folks, it's very, very important to know when and when not. So I just to be very, very clear to you, to say my guideline in this area is I give it this amount of time, and if not, then I'm not participating. Yeah, so my emphasis is on clean setup and time referencing, right? um it's very important to be able to execute your strategy. There's nothing else that a trader can be proud of except to enter only your setup comes to play. Trust me and trust yourself, your setup will come sooner than you think. There is nothing painful and boring and stressful as seeing your strategy revealing itself and you're not participating. You just blew your account yesterday or earlier, and then you start seeing it unfolding, right? So just be, those are the very key important. Have a clear, refined, defined way of things, how they are going to unfold, why they unfold that way, how much time are you giving to that process, and where you are going to participate, and as you participate, how long you are going to stay in. I think that's those are the very, very key important aspects when it comes to participating in the financial markets. There is absolutely no reason to say, oh, it's, I think it's gonna go this way. I think my strategy is gonna review later. Let me just participate for now, or let me just try to find out. That's why we have demo accounts. That's why you have paper trading, for you to practice some other things and back test them, so that when you are coming to your execution in terms of trading, it just have to be a clean written contract. That is the most difficult thing for us traders to follow, and to have that clear, defined way of doing things. Rather wait for what you have written down, because definitely it will unfold, definitely it will come through. And once you have that, keep it aside. That is yours. No one and no one else can take it away from you. The ability to wait and see your strategy unfolding and participate. The only thing that you have to improve is, yes, today I entered a little bit early, right? What did I learn from that? Oh, okay, today I entered a little bit late. What did I learn from that? Then tomorrow I will try to enter when such A, B, C, D are happening. That will give you the ability and strength and power, absolutely money, right? At the end of the day, We are not here to grab the money from the markets. The markets gives the money to us. Please follow your strategy. Have a clean, defined way of doing things. There is no successful trader who doesn't follow their system. If you wanna try play around, do it with the demo. Do it with paper account, not with a live account. Because when you are coming to your live account, you are only coming to follow your orders. And once you follow your orders, it's more fulfilling than winning without assurance, because tomorrow you might never know what happens, right? So your strategy, put it first. Put it first. It's your priority. Make it clear, make it visible, make it simple to you, not to anybody else. One of the things that helped me to have a good track record on my trades was the ability to record. Yeah, I would record. Let's say I'm saying my strategy goes like this and this. I would start screen recording the process. Okay, probably I'll take maybe even 4 hours, right? But I have to sometimes pause so that the video will not be as long, right? So the ability to put down my thoughts, the ability to write down what I'm thinking, and see the whole process unfolding, right? And put it aside in a record, and then probably come back later to play the video saying, okay, this is how the structure was looking like before, this is what I was thinking, and this is where my entry point is. Did it reach there? Yes. Did it reach there quicker? Sometimes no, sometimes yes. And did I enter at the right time? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, right? The only person that you learn from is yourself. And most of traders are very loners. So the only person that you are going to discuss the market with is yourself. So have a clean track record will help you in terms of finding out what were you thinking at that particular moment, and how did the markets behave, and what happened after you participated. Did you miss it? Did you win it? Did you lose it? What happened? What was the missing puzzle of your strategy? If there are about 3 confluences, can I enter with only 2, or can I enter with only 1? If one doesn't support, so it just has to be a complete package whereby you yourself know, I have this and I have that, and all these things have to be put in place as I prepare to be a disciplined trader. Yeah, so it can be screenshots, it can be a video record, it can be screen recording, whatever the way, but you have to have that. Helped me a lot, so I'm sure it will help someone out there. Yeah, it will definitely help you. Record one. As you record, just put your thoughts aside, put them down. This is what I'm thinking, this is exactly what I'm thinking, and I'm expecting to enter at this point. Or if the price doesn't do this, I'm not entering. Then wait and see, right? And then after everything, after you record it and everything, come back maybe 3-4 days later, come back again to the record and see, okay, this is what I was thinking, this is what happened, this is where I made a mistake. That is how we grow, folks. That's how we become the greatest in what we do. Because there's no shortcut. There is no cutting lines in this industry. You have to be very fine, well cooked, well baked. Yeah, this I learned this from my background. I'm a technician. Yeah, I did electronics engineering. I did telecommunication. It's one of those things that when you are doing it, right? Imagine you are designing something like a system, right? And you are not really sure in some of the components to use. You are really doubting how the system will work or not. Imagine having such a system, and you want to put that out there to the people to use, right? We deal with frequencies, we deal with information transmission. Imagine what would that cause, what damage would that cause to just people. Imagine if you just made a mistake and you add probably more voltage, or you just transmitted on someone's frequency. Those are some of the consequences. That so when I'm telling you, you have to be very, very fine. It simply means make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you wait for what you want to see to happen, and make sure you're going to repeat doing that. And with that, folks, you'll be absolutely great. And the process, the hardest one, but the bonus is infinity. It will just keep on coming. And with that, I wish you all the best. In the third video of this series that is coming, look out for it, and we'll be just discussing a little bit of, now you have the system, now you are able to avoid things like overtrading. How do you risk? How do you manage your risk? Right? And then that will be the next chapter. They will be discussing about the risk tolerance. Is it really worth it to risk this much? And some of the mistakes that I've been making along the way. Yeah, thanks for now, guys, and enjoy your trading journey. I believe if you follow this channel, you are really passionate, because what I tell you guys is from my heart, is from what I've been going through. It's not the shortcut, is the real way that I used. So it's just the way that take you to the next level. Thank you, guys. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. Share with those who really need such content, and see you on the next video. Thank you.